This is Kaufman is Alive YouTube channel. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at a new comic book, kind of based on an old comic book. Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars Battleworld #1. This is part of a 4-issue limited series. It takes place within the last issue of Secret Wars number 12. They explain here that on page 36, in between panels 4 and 5, when Spider-Man leaves to go find some food, in that question mark panel right there, that's when this whole miniseries takes place. So Tom Defalco is the writer here. He was the editor at Marvel during the original Secret Wars, and Pat Olliffe is the artist here, and he does a really great job. He's got kind of a throwback style, a classic style to his artwork. Kind of reminds me of like Walt Simonson. But a very 80s feel vibe to this comic book. And even though it came out last year, I got the Ryan Stegman cover here. It's obviously based off of the original Secret Wars cover by Mike Zeck. Everyone in the same poses here, except we got Spider-Man, who's got his black costume now, because this comic takes place after Spider-Man's already gotten his black costume. So, and I like the way Stegman draws Human Torch here, in that kind of just that unmistakable Ryan Stegman style. So Stegman's the new artist on X-Men 2, by the way. So I've got a review up on my channel of that comic, as well as a review of the original Secret Wars up on my channel. So if you haven't seen those videos yet, when you're done with this one, go back and check those out if you can. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. This is a new channel, and I post comic books every single day, so it really helps the channel grow. So I really appreciate it, and thanks again for watching. But again, I really like the art in here. Like I said, it's kind of a throwback style, but it looks really great. We get some info about what happened during the original Secret Wars here, and we got Spider-Man, who's just been teleported to this other part of Battleworld. So he starts fighting these frost giants. He kind of gets away, but he's broken his arm, so he builds a web sling, which is pretty cool. And he just keeps getting like thrown into different places throughout Battleworld, and he's just trying to find a way out. He says, "Yikes, I shouldn't count myself lucky. The Beyonder seems to prefer MC Escher to Erroneous Bosch." So that's pretty funny. But he just keeps finding himself in worse and worse places. Some pretty cool double splash pages in this book as well. Then finally, one of his old pals shows up, the Human Torch, but he's not actually happy with Spider-Man. He thinks Spider-Man's caused all this. And again, we get some hints throughout this series of the new costume that Peter has, that it actually kind of has a mind of its own. Which I think when the original Secret Wars came out, I don't believe the writers actually had that in mind. I think that was something David Michelinie and Todd McFarlane came up with after this costume had already been invented. So this series is kind of retconning, how early that they were seeing signs of the symbiote. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's how it went down. So, but we see him using his fire, and the symbiote kind of recoils at the fire here. And Johnny says, "Was it my imagination, or did your costume?" "Nah, never mind." So then they just get teleported again somewhere else. They're surrounded by zombies. Almost looks like a broken down city of Oz or something. So they don't know where they are. Just like in the original Secret Wars, they're just trying to get their bearings and figure out what's going on. They don't really have any idea. We get some narration here from the celestial beings that are controlling all of this. They say the experiment begins anew. As we get a Absorbing Man showing up here just to battle these good guys. He absorbs Human Torch's firepower and turns his giant wrecking ball into a big flaming wrecking ball, which is pretty cool. And then another villain shows up here. Hobgoblin. Spider-Man says, "But I saw you die." Well, might as well bring Hobgoblin back. He's already been killed like multiple times anyway, so the Hobgoblin lives. Some pretty cool panels here. So we end this issue with Absorbing Man and Hobgoblin chasing down Spider-Man, who's carrying a downed Johnny Storm the Human Torch here. He's got his arm in a sling, so things are looking perilous for our hero. And we have some narration here from the Beyonder. He says, "How will our primary test subject react to the true stakes of this experiment? Will he be inspired to succeed or crushed by such overwhelming responsibility?" And he says, "The fate of the universe rests in his hands." So, dun dun dun. Feels like very much like a Hanna-Barbera Saturday morning cartoon, but fits the style of what they were going for with the original Secret Wars. So, just a really fun comic. I've got the other issues here too. Issues 2, 3, and 4. I love this Constrictor action figure variant cover. I'm not a big fan of the action figure variant covers in general or anything, but I just really like the design on the Constrictor. I think he's a cool character. He's part of the Serpent Society. He's got some cool powers, I think. And they've got some real badass villains. Well, I mean, they're all kind of dorky villains, but I think they're cool. Constrictor, Electro, Zemo, Hobgoblin. So this is a fun series. Let me know what you guys think. There's some other hints to the symbiote as well, turning into Venom throughout this series. Let's see if I can find it in here. I can't remember if it's in issue 3 or 4. I think it's in the 4th issue. But at one point we get the heroes. Yeah, here it is. So technically they're retconning the first appearance of Venom here. So this is a really cool series. Let me know what you guys thought of the review. If you liked it, I'll go back and look at the other issues here if you'd like. So let me know. Thanks for subscribing again. If you haven't, please do. I post daily comic book reviews, so I got a whole bunch of reviews up on my channel. Go check them out. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one.